Today we're going to go over how to do the forms of numbers page in your composition book. So you need to find this worksheet that was in your folder packet that you got at the beginning of the year. It's titled Forms of Numbers, and it has a whole lot of boxes at the bottom. First of all, notice that at the top, I'm going to zoom in just a little bit first to read the directions. At the top, it gives an example of standard form, an example of expanded form, an example of word form. Notice that each of these numbers in expanded form only has one digit at the front that isn't a 0. Word form, notice that it has a comma after each period is read out loud. If you are still confused about how to write standard form numbers in expanded form or word form, please go watch the videos that I posted previously about expanded form and word form. Here are the directions. Cut out the headings bar and the 18 small boxes. This is the headings bar, and these are the 18 small boxes. Glue the Forms of Numbers headings bar across the top of a composition book page. Sort the small numbers boxes into 3 piles. One pile of standard form numbers, one pile of expanded form numbers, and one pile of word form numbers. Arrange the standard form numbers down the left column of the comp book page in order from least to greatest. Then match the expanded form numbers to the standard form numbers and make a second column of expanded form. In the third column, match up the word form numbers with the other forms. Each row going across should have the same number in all 3 boxes, written in 3 different ways. Check your answers before gluing down the boxes on the composition book page. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do is cut out the headings bar and the 18 small boxes. So you're going to need to use scissors. Please cut carefully. I'm going to keep the directions here handy so that I can use those. So this is the headings bar, and I'm going to be gluing this at the top of my composition book page, right there. I'm going to follow along these blue lines to make sure that it's nice and straight. And then I have to cut out the rest of these boxes. So I'm going to cut just outside the black lines. I'm not going to try and cut on these black lines. I'm just going to cut around them. And then I'm going to cut right up the center of this strip and up the center of this strip. And then I can cut between these boxes. And notice that I am not trying to cut right on the black line. I'm just cutting between the boxes. So each box has got a black frame around it, and it has a little bit of a white margin around the black frame. Okay, once you have these cut out, then you're going to glue the Forms of Numbers bar across the top of the composition book page. So I'm going to get my glue stick. And put glue on the back of this bar. And I'm going to follow the blue lines, the blue stripes on the piece of paper to make sure I have it nice and straight. And I'm gluing that one down. Okay. Now, the next thing I need to do is sort the small number boxes into 3 piles. One pile of standard form numbers, one pile of expanded form numbers, and one pile of word form numbers. So I'm going to separate these out. There's words, These are words. Any of these that have addition problems, those are expanded. If it has addition signs, it's expanded. There's words, addition. Okay, so I have 3 piles. I'm going to double check them to make sure that I have the right ones in there. So these all have words on them. All right, these all have addition problems in them. Okay, and these all have just digits and commas. Okay, so I'm going to put these 2 piles over to the side, my word form numbers and my expanded form numbers. And I'm just going to look at the standard form numbers. Now, what we're doing now is greater than and less than. And basically, I have to compare all of these numbers to see which one has the least value up to which one has the most. Now, most of these numbers, in fact, I guess all of them have 3 periods. So we've got a ones period, a thousands period, and a millions period on each card. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to compare the millions periods. It looks to me like we've got a 40, a 4, a 4, a 40, a 40, and a 400. So the ones with 4 in the millions are going to go first. The ones with 40s in the millions are going to come next. And the one with 400 in the millions period is going to be last. Now I have to compare these 2 that both have a 4 in the millions period, and I'm going to compare the thousands period next because the millions period matches. So now I go to the next space. In this one, the thousands period says 400, and in this one, the thousands period says 40. So 40 is smaller than 400, so this one is going to go first. Okay? Now I'm going to compare the 3 that have 40 in the millions place, in the millions period, and this one has 400 in the thousands period. This one has 40 in the thousands period, and this one has 4 in the thousands period. So 4 is the smallest, followed by 40, then 400. And then I only have one down here that has 400 in the millions period, so that one is going to be the largest. So before I glue these all down in the standard form column, and I'm going to try and glue them nice and even and straight, I'm going to double check to make sure that I have all of these in order from least to greatest. Now let's review the directions again. It says arrange the standard form numbers down the left column of the comp book page in order from least to greatest. Okay, so I've got 4,040,000, 4,400,000, 40,004,000, 40,040,000, 40,400,000, and 400 million. So notice that for putting these in order, I didn't need to look at the ones period at all, because when I just look at this part, they're all different so that I can put them in order from least to greatest. If 2 of these matched, for instance, if this said 4,040,000 and this said 4,040,000, then I would need to go to the ones period to compare the numbers to see which one is bigger. But I don't have that in any of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are my 6 for standard form, and they are all in order. So you're going to glue these down one at a time, make them nice and neat and straight. Follow along the blue lines to make sure that they're nice and straight as you're gluing them down. And then you're done with the first column. So the next direction says, Then match the expanded form numbers to the standard form numbers and make a second column of expanded form. So then you're going to take these and you're going to find the card that matches this right here. This says 4,040,400. So I'm going to look for the one that adds together those three values, 4 million plus 40,000 plus 400. So this one has a 4,000 in the middle and a 40 million at the top, so that's not it. This one has a 40 million at the beginning. Oh, this one has a 4 million at the beginning, and this one has a 4 million at the beginning. So these must be the smallest ones. So now I have to figure out which one goes with this and which one goes with this. So 4 million plus 40,000. I have a 40 in the thousands periods and plus 400, so this must match this one. So 4 million, 40,000, 400. And then this is the other one with 4 million at the front. 4,400,000 and 40. All right, once you have finished doing that with all of these, then you can glue down your expanded form numbers, and then you're going to look at your word form numbers, find the number that matches this, and you're going to glue it over here. Now, we read this, 4,040,400. So I'm going to look through here until I find the one that says 4,040,400. 4,040,400. And then I'm going to glue that one right beside. So all of these three cards say the same number, but they are written in three different ways: standard form, expanded form, and word form. When you have all of your pieces in order and all of your pieces glued down, instead of making a video this time, I would like you to take a picture of your composition book page and attach it to your assignment submission. Instead of holding up your composition book to the camera and waving it around so that I can try and see everything, I'd like you to take a picture of it this time. If you take a picture and either it's blurry or it's not close enough or you can't see everything, then just take a new picture and keep taking a picture until you get a picture that is nice and clear and you can read everything on the page, and then attach that for your submission.